welcome to another episode of Hot Takes, and terrible numbers really. But the Scottish Prison Service, the chief executive there, a woman called Theresa Medhurst, warns that there are now very serious concerns deep in the heart of the justice system about the ability to keep people safe and secure in Scotland's overcrowded prisons. Now, it tells you a lot because the prisons now are at breaking point, record numbers inside, and yet the SNP keep releasing very dangerous criminals rather than releasing the not dangerous ones. Release those who are guilty of theft or corruption or what's the word I'm looking for, fraud, say. Don't release the violent ones. Now, when I say release them, I mean don't release them out of the streets just to wander around. You put them on a tag and you make them pay for the tag. And you give them very strict limits, very strict curfews of where and when you can travel. And they have to report once a week to a police station and things like that. Basically, keep them in prison, but keep them at prison at home. Seems to work for me. It also says that there's not enough prisons. And yet they should, because they said we're going to build more. We're going to build a new Barlinnie. And they said, yes, here we go. And it was supposed to be completed by now. And it's not going to be completed for at least another, 5 years. If it's finished by 2030, I'll eat my words. But I don't think it will. But, what to do? People keep committing crimes, and the SNP are doing their best not to put people in prison. But eventually some of them have to go, so they do. I mean, they got the guy that was guilty of raping a child doing litter picking. That's nice. But, it's an absolute failure of the justice system not to predict that this would happen. And, of course, it's going to get a lot worse because when the economy does collapse, as it's about to, crime will go rampant. And, of course, you haven't got enough policemen. At least 2,000 more policemen needed. Least. But not to worry. At least they're still producing those pretty brochures about independence. So, if a burglar breaks in with intent to do something terrible to you, just beat him on the head with an independence pamphlet. Maybe he'll learn. That'll teach him. Thanks very much. Bye.